It's conspiracy times. So some of you all may be familiar with the rapper, if you want to call him that, Tekashi 6ix9ine. He is basically known for being the biggest troll in the hip hop industry. Now, being the biggest troll in the hip hop industry has led to some, honestly, phenomenal results for him. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's basically came out of jail recently after snitching and hit #1 on the billboards. However, despite hitting #1 on the billboards, he found out that he was no longer #1. I know. If you listen to his song, he shouldn't have been #1. But see, that's what happens. We live in the world where trolling reigns supreme, okay? So he hit #1. However, he was told by Billboard, well, no, you're no longer #1. And I want y'all to watch some of this clip so you can hear how he got removed from being #1. Now, let me just go ahead and warn some of you all, if you're sensitive, if you're like in your feelings about hearing some cuss words and a man who can't articulate himself very well, then get over it. Or, you don't have to watch, but just get the hell over it. We know he's goofy, okay? We know. So don't say he's goofy 500 times in the comment section. We know it. But it's still an interesting story. Go ahead and play that clip.
So listen, I want the world to know that Billboard is a lie. You can buy #1s on Billboard. I want that to register in your head. You can buy #1s on Billboard. Now let me tell you what happened. We was having an ongoing investigation just now. Silvio from Billboard, right? There's like probably 5 or 6 of them that come up with the charts with Nielsen and everything. Last Thursday, Ariana was stuck with you, submitted 60,000 units last second. With the investigation, we found this. They purchased half of those things with 6 credit cards. When we asked where was those 6 credit cards linked to, Billboard said we can't disclose that information. Understand this. They bought 30,000 and so units with 6 credit cards. 6 credit cards. Let me explain to you something. They don't want, Billboard doesn't want no one to know this. Now I understand why Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj say Billboard, like we used to look up to to Billboard, but now it's like we know it's all manipulated, right? It's all fabricated. You can buy #1s. This is what these artists do, right? And it's not fair. I want you to see this. Gooba streamed 50 million streams. And this is what they're counting only. 50 million streams, right? They only counted, look what Billboard counts. They only counted 31 million. Billboard illegally disqualified 20 million streams so it can drop down and the people who bought the #1, which was stuck with you, can go to #1. Look at this. 31 million, which places us at 38 points. When in 5th place, you were stuck at 32 points. 6 credit cards buys you 36 credit. Listen, you can buy #1s on Billboard. I'm letting you know that. We just did a whole investigation and their best answer was, we can't disclose that information. Now, Billboard, if you want to explain to all the hardworking artists out there, the hardworking artists and established artists at that, because there's a lot of established artists right now that don't get #1s and don't understand why.
I'm not gonna go into the Apple analogy because his Apple's super confusing. But I know what some of you may be thinking. Why the hell do we care about billboards and streams and Tekashi 6ix9ine and what the hell's going on with his hair and why does he have a pink hair thing on? And like, I get it. I know what some of y'all may be thinking. Why should we care? Well, because they literally took away 50 million streams, and it isn't Tekashi 6ix9ine you should be paying attention to. Is my conspiracy theory. It isn't Tekashi 6ix9ine you should be paying attention to. It isn't even Gooba, which is a horrible song. It isn't even the fact that somehow he is still alive after snitching on an entire gang. Okay, that's not even none of the fact. You should be asking, as we all kind of know from being in politics at this point, hold up. Were they trying to reduce his song, or are they trying to boost someone else's? truth is, like he said, somebody used their credit cards and was allowed to boost someone else's song. But whose song was it? It was Ariana Grande's and Justin Bieber's song. Now, if you all know Ariana Grande, let's be honest, this woman is extremely talented, and Justin Bieber and her are both extremely popular. Very, very, very popular. Every time they release something, generally, especially Ariana Grande now, it's generally number one without her having to even take a damn breath, right? Without her having to even promote it. That's what made this peculiar. You didn't even have to do this. The song's called Stuck With You. Do you know what that song is about, y'all? The song is about loving and enjoying being at home in quarantine during the coronavirus pandemic. Oh. So it wasn't merely that they were trying to drop Tekashi 6ix9ine. They just happened to pick the most loudmouth dumbass in the industry, who turns out when it comes to his numbers, he don't be playing. And he is snitching on the billboards because he caught something that other people probably, if I'm being honest, would not have caught. Because he pays attention to that stuff. He updates himself about that stuff all the time. And so, isn't Tekashi 6ix9ine numbers that are going down that is an interesting story? It's the fact that somebody fought very, very, very hard to put a song about loving being in quarantine during the coronavirus to number one. Now, what happens when you get number one on the billboards? If anybody's been to a club, that song plays nonstop. If anybody's been to a bar, that song plays nonstop. You turn on the radio, that song plays nonstop. You go to a restaurant, that song plays nonstop. Even if you hate the song, you're singing the damn song over and over and over and over again. Why? Not because you like it, but because it won't stop playing in your head. That's what happens when your song is number one. See, when it hits number one, all of a sudden now Spotify is obligated to promote it all the time. Tidal is obligated to promote it all the time. Pandora is obligated to play it all the time at random. So, do you think that it was about just throwing a bone to to Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, who clearly don't need a bone thrown to them? They're perfectly fine. Or do you think it was something bigger than that? Knowing everything you get when you make a song number one on the billboards. It's my conspiracy theory, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't think it's about Tekashi 6ix9ine. I just think they just, once again, they hopped over the most loudmouth dude in the industry, and he just revealed something that should probably be known. That even in the music industry, quote unquote, the mainstream will manipulate numbers. They will manipulate what you're seeing. They will manipulate the matrix, if you will, so that you can see what they want you to see rather than seeing the truth. And the truth is, Tekashi 6ix9ine is literally representative of the ignorance of America, so he should absolutely be number one, because it makes perfect, total sense that he had the most popular song in the country, because his hair, his tattoos, his look, his music, his demeanor, everything about him is as ridiculous as this country has been over the last few years. So it makes sense that he's number one. But while you have a bunch of protesters demanding that we go back to work, demanding that we reopen the economy if the government isn't going to help us, what better way to combat that narrative than having a love ballad about staying at home in quarantine and enjoying it with the ones you love? Right. If you like that segment of Mikasa Sukasa, don't forget to like the video and smash that subscribe button. Want access to members only live streams, behind the scenes footage, and other premium content? Well, you can endorse us on Rockman Premium, become a patron through Patreon, or you can sign up for the MCSC Premium membership through YouTube. All the links are in the description below. But hey, more than anything else,
More than anything else.
More than anything else,
More than anything else.
always remember,
Find your balance.
find your balance.
Find your balance.
Find your balance. Find your balance.
Find your balance. Find your balance.
Always remember, more than anything else, find your balance.
peace.